They say some houses speak, but what happens when the voices don't stop? When they whisper to you in the dark, calling you by name. This is the story of a house, a girl, and the voices beneath the floorboards. Claire was 24. A literature graduate who just moved to a sleepy, forgotten town to escape her noisy past. She found a cheap rental on the outskirts, a crumbling cottage no one had lived in for years. She liked its silence. But the silence didn't last. That night, something woke her. A soft scraping, like fingernails on wood. It came from beneath the bed. No, beneath the floorboards. When she pressed her ear to the floor, she heard whispers. Children. Crying. Asking for help. The next morning, she convinced herself it was a dream. Or rats. Old pipes. The usual. She poured coffee, avoided eye contact with the floor. But the sounds came back the second night. Louder. Closer. Let us out, a voice sobbed. Please. By the fourth night, Claire wasn't sleeping. She sat up all night, recording the floor with her phone. By morning, the files played only static. But she remembered what she heard. Names. And a lullaby. One her mother used to sing, a lullaby Claire never told anyone about. Sleep-deprived, Claire searched town records at the library. And there it was. In 1942, a woman named Edith Grayson lived in the house. A recluse. She took in orphan children, then they disappeared. Vanished without a trace. No bodies were ever found. Only rumors of screaming. And voices beneath the floor. That night, Claire lost it. She ripped the carpet up. Pried at the wood. Splinters dug into her fingers. Then, a hollow sound. She found a small hatch, nailed shut. As she pulled it open, the smell hit her. Rot. Old decay. And a small, bone-white hand. The hatch opened into darkness. Too narrow to crawl into. But the voices were clear now. Dozens of them. Wailing, begging, screaming. Free us, she's still here, she won't let us leave. Claire backed away. But the hatch slammed shut behind her. And something began pounding from underneath. Claire tried to run. But the house had changed. Doors led to brick walls. Windows showed only black. And at the end of the hall, a woman in a gray dress. Hair white, eyes sunken, lips sewn shut. Edith Grayson. And behind her, the sound of many small footsteps. Claire collapsed. She cried, begged to leave. The whispers said only one thing. One must stay. For us to go. Claire felt hands wrap around her ankles. Small, cold hands. Dragging her toward the hatch. She screamed. And the floor swallowed her. Weeks passed. The cottage was quiet again. Until a new couple moved in. They said the floors were uneven. That they creaked at night. And once, their daughter said something strange. There's a lady under the floor, she said. She sings to me. She says her name is Claire. Hotels see thousands of guests. But not every room is meant to be visited. This story isn't about ghosts. It's about a room that shouldn't exist. Room 209, the one not on the floor plan. And what happened to the man who entered it? It was past midnight when Marcus checked in. A traveling IT technician. One-night job. One-night stay. He picked the old redwood in because it was cheap and empty. At the desk, the clerk seemed off. Eyes darting. hands trembling as he handed Marcus the keycard. "Room 208, he said. "Don't wander." The second floor was dim. Half the lights flickered. The carpet smelled like mildew. But as Marcus approached room 208, he noticed something. Another door, further down the hall. Faint. No plaque. But etched in dust, 209. He stopped. Looked back. And felt, watched. At 2:13 a.m., he woke suddenly. Freezing cold. TV on, even though he never turned it on. A man's voice spoke from the static. "She's waiting in 209. Marcus ripped the plug out. Silence. But from the hallway. A door creaked open. Most people would have left. But Marcus? He was logical. He assumed bad wiring. Sleep paralysis. He needed proof. So, phone in hand, he stepped out. Walked to room 209. The door wasn't locked. It wanted to be opened. It was empty. No furniture. No windows. Just stained wallpaper and a mirror nailed to the far wall. But when he looked into it, his reflection didn't move. It just stood there. Smiling. Then the reflection stepped forward. But Marcus didn't. And behind the glass, a woman. Long black hair. Hollow eyes. She pressed her face to the mirror. And whispered. "Get out. Before you see what I saw." Marcus stumbled out. But the hallway had changed. Longer. Warped. Doors missing. His room, gone. Only 209 remained behind him. And it was open again. The whisper echoed. "You saw her. Now she sees you." Every time he tried to exit, he ended up back on the second floor. Hours passed. Or maybe days. He stopped checking his phone, the time never changed. 2:13 a.m. Always. And every loop. The woman got closer. A week later, staff entered room 208. It was empty. But Marcus's phone was on the bed. Still recording. Hours of footage. All static. Until the last 5 minutes. Where he whispered. "She's in every mirror now." And then, silence. Room 209 was boarded up the next day. Or so they say. But guests still report it. A door with no number. That appears only at night. And sometimes. When they check the mirror in their rooms. She's there. Smiling. Waiting for someone else to open that door. Have you ever heard of the Midnight Game? A game said to summon an ancient spirit, a wandering entity that punishes those who fail to follow its rules. Tonight, we'll witness what happens when one group dared to play it, live. And what they didn't expect was how fast things spiraled out of control. 4 friends, Sarah, Mark, Jenna, and Alex, decided to livestream the Midnight Game as a dare. They gathered at Sarah's old farmhouse, deep in the woods, away from prying eyes. The rules were clear: write your name on a piece of paper, prick your finger, flick the blood on the paper, and knock on your front door 22 times. Then, blow out the candle and let the game begin. The candle went out. And the live stream's viewers went silent, tension thickening the air. The Midnight Man was now free to roam. They had to keep moving, or risk being caught. Sarah whispered, "Stay together. Don't let him touch us." But as the night deepened, strange things started happening. Jenna suddenly screamed. A cold breath on her neck. But when they turned, nothing was there. Mark's flashlight flickered and died. Alex's phone glitched, showing static and a pale face staring back. Viewers typed frantically in the chat, "Run. Stop the game." But it was too late. One by one, their lights failed. The house groaned, doors slammed shut by unseen hands. Sarah shouted, "We have to get outside. Now." But the front door was gone. Replaced by a wall. Trapped inside with something, hunting them. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the dark. Tall. Thin. A featureless face. No eyes. No mouth. Just an empty void where a face should be. The chat exploded with horror as the live stream caught it. Mark whispered, "It's real, it's here." They ran. Through twisting hallways that didn't match the farmhouse's layout. Each room colder than the last. The Midnight Man's footsteps echoed just behind. Whispers filled their ears. "Your time is up. Don't run. Play to survive." Alex fell behind. A scream pierced the night. Then silence. Sarah, Mark, and Jenna barely escaped into the basement, the only door left unlocked. The live stream still rolling, viewers watching in terror. But the basement was no refuge. It was where the game began, and where it would end. One by one, they faced the Midnight Man. Sarah tried to reason with it, whispered apologies, begging for mercy. But it was merciless. Mark vanished behind a black mirror that appeared on the basement wall. Jenna screamed as the air grew heavy, her body contorting unnaturally. Only Sarah remained, trembling, alone. Suddenly, the live stream cut off. No farewell. No last words. Just silence. Hours later, police found Sarah's phone outside the farmhouse. Empty. No sign of the others. And no sign of the Midnight Man. But the game? It's still waiting. And the stream still lingers online. If you enjoyed this story, hit like and subscribe for more terrifying true tales and urban legends. Until next time, beware the darkness that waits at midnight.